going on, everyone? Just gonna do a quick trade recap. Today is November 14th, 2025. It's a Friday. We did catch a W today on the Nasdaq. So just getting into it, going over the day today, we did have a daily S&T, which kind of confirmed my bullish bias. We kind of been selling off this entire week. As you can see, pretty much Tuesday through Thursday, we're just selling off, especially until last night. We sold off pretty hard. Head over to the 4 hour time frame. As you can see, really all of last night and yesterday evening, we were selling off. And then head over to the daily time frame. As you can see, we have this gap right here. And then on ES, we created this SMT. So this daily SMT is really what sparked my interest in being bullish today and potentially going long. Really the two things I was looking for was, is NQ get tapped into this daily fair value gap similar to ES or not? But obviously, as you can see, we didn't do that on NQ. So, we created this higher low and then this lower low. So that's what that original SMT sparked my interest. And then heading down into the 1 hour time frame on the Nasdaq, we have this 1 hour bearish fair value gap also inside of this 15 minute fair value gap inside this 1 hour fair value gap. Let me remark these real quick. So going into the day, as you can see, we're selling off pretty hard, and then basically off market open. We basically just started ripping. We head down to the 5 minute time frame. We just got one bearish candle. I'm sure a lot of people probably got stopped out here, thinking that we're going to continue lower, especially to this daily fair value gap. But we instantly just basically started ripping, and really there was an inverse right here I was contemplating on taking, but the stop was way too wide at the moment. Really, the only setup here you could have taken was this inverse 1 minute trade. But again, you would have to either front run this candle, which wouldn't be the smartest decision because we already did put in that first 5 minute candle bearish. So there was probably more selling pressure than buying pressure at the moment. So you created this 1 minute inverse for value candle, inverse for value gap with this candle right here. But then you have to enter right here at 714, and then if you want even just a relatively safe stop, you'd have to put at 641. So that's already almost 60 points right there. So, or actually, that's way over 60 points. Sorry, that's 70 points or 80 points. So that's just way too big of a stop. Had we seen a retrace back down to like maybe here, even that's still pretty wide top. That's still 40 points, but you could have taken this setup, but again, you'd have to front run it, and it'd be pretty risky. But we were patient. We waited for this. Continued higher. We dug into this 15 minute and 1 hour gap right here, and we closed above it, which caused those inverses, which we like to see. And at the time, let me head over to ES. At the time, we were stuck at that CE gap. So I wanted to see if we wanted to continue higher or if this was going to be another SMT and ES was going to hit the CE point of the 1 hour fair value gap and then risk a retrace back down lower into this daily fair value gap. But we ended up closing above on both. And basically, once we got that confirmation, it was good to go on longs. So let me head down to the 5 minute time frame real quick. So we got the inverse, came back down. My original bias on what I wanted to see happen, I'll just draw it out real quick. Let's go like this. I wanted to see us inverse this gap, or this 1 hour fair value gap. Probably come to around right here, test this liquidity, come back down, retest the CE, and then bounce back up, which is pretty much essentially what happened. We got a little bit lower than I anticipated. So the very first entry I took, let me get rid of these. Here. Okay, so that's a little bit cleaner. I originally took a long entry right here. I got stopped out at break even right there, but original entry was right here, and I was targeting London highs, which is up here. Obviously, you can see we got stopped out at break even, and then second trade. Waited for price to confirm this, so price dug a little bit deeper into this 15 minute and 1 hour for value gap. And then we created this 1 minute inverse. entered off of that pretty much. And so as you can see, we caught this trade 1.46 RR, and this was, let me see, 965 over 100 points, about 110 points. So very clean, very nice trade for 110 points. This also did help us pass another eval account. As you can see, 53,000. So we added another eval. Today we're just way too volatile to trade funded accounts. As you can see, all these moves happening. This one candle alone is 956. This one candle alone on the 1 minute is 50 points. So just a little too volatile for me to trade the funded account today. That's why I only went eval today. But again, passing on the eval, so added that to the collection. But overall, that was a pretty good trade. Let me put these back on here real quick just so you can see. I was basically targeting just a little bit under London highs. Head over to the 5 minute real quick. And then once we dug into the CE, bounced off of that, respected that, and started respecting bullish gaps and inversing bearish gaps to the upside. I was basically targeting London high. I honestly saw us going all the way up to Asia high. There was a nice 4 hour gap, I believe, right at the CE of Asia high as well. I want to draw it out. Let me see. I believe this was it. I might be incorrect though. No, I think it's a different gap. Anyways, I think there was a previous 4 hour gap somewhere that also lined up with this Asia high. Yeah, Asia high. So that's why I would have targeted if I wanted to. But again, we were caught over 100 points. We don't need to be greedy, even though obviously didn't end up hitting that. But overall, that's a trade today. Again, you guys saw the executions. 417 profit on the day. I only risked, I think, 2 cons on this trade, 1 or 2 or 3 cons, something like that, on micros. But yeah, that's a trade for today. Passed on the eval. We'll get back to it on Monday. Overall bias is definitely bullish. I think that might have just been the retracement we needed to go higher, possibly make new all-time highs. So we'll see if we can start inversing more gaps to the upside. But we'll leave it there. Thank you for watching.